प्रविश्य मम वाचं मां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं यं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञा भक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चाव्यर्ता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। We'll start from 36. Okay. योरण्योर्निहितोऽग्निरात्मनि महायोगैर्भृतो गर्भवत् नारीभिर्जठरेभ्यहन्यः स्तुत्यो बुधैः कर्मिभिः हृदये यज्ञे च सब्रह्म तत् भानोर्जन्मलयौ यतो यत इमे देवास्तदत्येति कः यो ब्रह्मादितृणान्तदेहनिहितः घटस्थाभवत् जीवोऽयं निरुपाधिकामलसुखज्ञानस्वरूपं बृहत् यो विद्यातिमिरप्रदूषितदृशः नानेह पश्यत्यपि ब्रह्मण्येष मृत्युमञ्चति पुनः मृत्योर्जनेर्जन्म च आचार्यागमसंस्कृतेन मनसैवाप्तव्यमेतद्बृहत् द्वैतं नास्त्यपि किञ्चिदत्र हि ततः भेदं न पश्येन्मनाक् देहान्तर्हृदयाब्जगेन मनसा योऽङ्गुष्ठमात्रः पुमान् आस्ते सर्वमहेश्वरस्तममुखं ब्रह्मैत्य विज्ञो भयः निर्धूमाग्निरिवामलोद्युतिमयः अङ्गुष्ठमप्रमाणः पुमान् ईशानोऽस्य च भूतभव्यभवितुः कालत्रयव्यापकः स ब्रह्मैव शरीरभेदमनुयः नानात्मनः पश्यति भ्रश्यत्येष यथोदकं गिरिशिरे पृष्ठं ततोऽधः पतत् शुद्धे शुद्धजलं जले विनिहितं शुद्धं यथा जायते ब्रह्मात्मैक्यविदेवमेव भवति ब्रह्मेति निस्संशयम् एतस्यास्ति परात्मनः किल पुरम् ह्येकादशद्वारकम् नित्यज्ञानसुखात्मनो ध्यात्वा भयो मुच्यते. So we were looking at verse 40. So half of verse 40 was covered in the previous class. I told you that verse 40 actually goes from one valli to the other valli. First half describes the last mantra of the fourth valli, and the second half takes off with the first mantra of the fifth valli. So in the previous class I quoted the last sentence of the Bhagavad Pada's commentary, and we ended the class with that. It may be worth reading that Vakya once more. So there he says, Tasmat Kutarkika Bheda Drishtim Nastika Kudrishtincha Ujjitva Matra Pitra Sahasrebhyopi Hitaishina Vedena Upadishtam Atmaikatva Darshanam Shantadarpaihi Adaraniyam. A very, very powerful sentence. Normally, what happens is people just keep following the trend. That is why there is a famous saying, Gatanu Gatigo Lokaha Nalokaf Paramarthikaha. You see, Gatanu Gatiko Lokaha means if there is a person who sets some trend, nowadays, see many of these teenagers, so they have some actor. Okay, if the actor stands like this, they will stand like that. If the actor puts the hair like this, they will put the hair like this. This is some style. Gatanu Gatiko Lokaha. This is what it means. Okay, Nalokaf Paramarthikaha. So if everybody is after money, so we will also be after money. If everybody is after some car, we will also be after. So this is how generally the world runs. Here he is saying, Kutarkika Bheda Drishtihi. Why should you do like that? Kutarka. Understand? There is nothing like Sutarka. There is a Kutarka which will be introduced. So Kutarkika Bheda Drishtim Ujjitva means having dropped. Nastika Kudrishtincha. Nastika is the one who does not accept the pramana of Vedas, the one who does not accept Shariratirikta Atma, etc. So Tasya Kudrishti. So illusioned vision of him, may that also be dropped. So consider the great message that is being conveyed by Veda, which is like Matru Pitru Sahasra. So thousands of parents, if they were to care together, whatever care that one can imagine. So that is the kind of care that these seers have tried to present to us in the Veda. So that is what it means. Matra Pitra Sahasrebhyopi Hitaishina Vedena Upadishtam Atmaikatva Darshanam. Upadishtam Atmaikatva Darshanam. So a certain vision by which you will be able to see the same Atman everywhere. Shantadarpaihi Adaraniyam. So this is a very important statement. Having said that, the next valli commences with an interesting mantra. The mantra is Puramekadashadvaram Ajasyavakrachetasah Anusthaya Nashochati Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. This is how it goes. Puram Ekadashadvaram Ajasyavakrachetasah Anusthaya Nashochati Vimuktascha Vimuchyate. Here Bhagavad Pada interprets Ekadashadvaram. This Puram here refers to this physical Sharira. So there is a nice imagery here. That is also elaborated by Bhagavad Pada in the commentary. And he describes this Pura, this Sharira, as something which possesses Ekadasha Dwaram. Dwaram normally means a certain hole. So the entry to the house is also called Dwara. The entry to the palace is Dwara. Entry to the temple, all of them. So irrespective of the dimension, a certain opening is what is referred to as Dwara. Here, Pura is described by this Sharira is described by the term Ekadasha Dwaram. So Ekadasha Dwaram means it possesses 11 holes. Holes. So that is what 11 holes are there in this Sharira. How do we count this 11 holes? So it is very easy. In the face you have 7. And we have 2. So below the belly, right? So for excretion, 2 more holes. So 2 more have to be counted now. One is this Udara, okay. So before birth, there was a hole, so which tried to provide. See, there is a cord, okay. So Nabhidwara, so that is 1 hole, and 1 in head, Shirshaka, okay. So there is supposed to be some. See, even when a born child, something will be very, very soft there. So this is how the 11 holes are counted. This is how the Bhagavad Pada's interpretation goes. Let me very, very quickly take you through the Bhashya before coming to Ramaraya's commentary. Ramaraya has made some interesting deviation from the interpretation of the word Ekadasha Dwaram in this. So that is worth reading. But let me take you through this Bhashya first and then come to Ramaraya's commentary. Okay. Punarapi. Punarapi means once again. Once again, so this Atma Tattva is being described. Okay. So Atma Tattva is described Prakarantarena, means, so there was a certain method which was adopted earlier, and now with a slightly different method we are going to describe this Atman. Why is it different? You will be able to very easily see now. There is a certain inference which is being presented here. Punarapi prakarantarena brahma tattva nirdharanarthoyam arambhaha. Ayam arambhaha means this Valli commences prakarantarena nirdharanartham, through a different approach. Okay. Why? Durvijneyatvad brahmanaha. So you try to present in different ways by which people will be able to assimilate the idea. Puram, puramiva puram. Puramiva puram means normally the word pura is used to refer to a certain town. Okay. Puramiva puram. So a fort is also a puram. So in various places we will have this puram added to the name of a place. Okay. So similarly, he is saying puramiva puram. Why? Dvara dvarapaladhishthatradyaneka puropakarana sampatti darshanat shariram puram. So dvara dvarapala adhishtatra dyaneka pura upakaranam. So you understand? So purasya upakaranam means, so suppose you conceive a particular fort. So there will be a dwara, there will be a dwarapala, right? Dwara dvarapala adhishthatradyaneka pura upakaranam. Okay, so there is a Swami inside and so on. These are all. This itself is a certain pura. Okay, So similarly, there are various things, various entries here. So there is a Chaitanyam Atma. Therefore, he is saying, Sampatti Darshanat Shariram Puram. Purancha Sopakaranam. Sopakaranam. So Upakarana means something which helps. Okay. So Upakarana is a certain instrument which is helpful for achieving a certain purpose. Knife is a Upakarana. Mixie is a Upakarana. Pakaroti is Upakarana. So here he is saying Purancha, so any Pura that you conceive of, it will have various amenities. Sopakaranam Svatmana Asamhata Svatantra Swamyartham Drishtam. So these Upakaranas, there are various things and there is a Swami. So it is primarily assumed that there is a king or there is a governor's palace, okay, prime minister's residence. So there will be so many things will be there, so many gods will be there and so on. What is all this meant for? It is all meant for Swaminaha, okay, the one who is there residing inside. Tasya Samrakshanartham. This is how we conceive of a Puram. Similarly here, you imagine, so there are so many things are there. What is all this meant for? So there is so through this approach, he is trying to present that there is a Chaitanya who is the residing deity of this Pura, the Swami of this Pura. So for this Sharira, there is a Chetanaha Atma for whom all of them function. Okay, so this is how he means. Asamhata means so not connected with. This is how we have to. Samhata means associated with, the one which is not associated with. Because this Chaitanya, the Atma that we are conceiving of, so he is Nitya. It is just an association with the Sharira. Sharira Nashyati, Atma Nashyati. Therefore, Asamhataha. Okay, separated from that. Swatantra Swamyartham Drishtam Tatha Idam Purasamanyat Aneka Upakarana Samhatam. Similarly, Hasta, Pada, Chakshus, all of them are Upakaranas. So, Aneka Upakarana Samhatam. Okay, they are all tied together. Baddham. Upakarana Samhatam Shariram Svatmana Asamhata Rajasthaniya Swamyartham Bhavitumarhati. This is how he is trying to present. That is why Prakarantarena. So the idea here is whenever there is a certain group put together, okay, this putting together is always meant for something else. Samhatatvam. So let us assume you are trying to build a house. So initially certain elements will be brought, right? So the elements are for the construction. So brick, cement, whatever, all that. So they are all put together by somebody. And then, so you purchase various other things inside. What is all this meant for? For someone who is dwelling here. Understand? So all this is meant for someone who is going to dwell, Swami. Similarly, Samhatatvam means, so whenever people assemble, so there is a certain important event. So then they will go off. So similarly, he is saying, Purasamanyat Aneka Upakarana Samhatam Shariram Svatmana Asamhata Rajasthaniya Swamyartham Bhavitumarhati. So the Swami is Asamhata with the Pura. Like this Raja. Asamhata Rajasthaniya Swamyartham Bhavitumarhati. Tacchaidam Sharirākhyam Puram Ekadashadvaram. Ekadashadvaram means it has 11 holes. Okay. Now, this Ekadashadvaram is interpreted by Bhagavad Pada as Ekadashadvaranyasya. What are they? Sapta Shirishanyani. Shirshanyani means that which is in the head, so in the face. Okay. Shirshanya is a bhaga which is above neck. Sapta Shirshanyani Nabhya Saha Arvanchitrini. So below that, okay. So along with the Nabhi, there are two more, totally 3. So now we have 7 plus 3, 10. Okay. So then he says, Shirasya ekam Taihi ekadashadvaram puram. This is how Bhagavad Pada interprets, taking the dwara to be an orifice, small hole. Okay. Ekadashadvaranyasya, how? Sapta Shirshanyani Nabhyasaha Arvanchitrini Shirasya ekam. Then Taihi ekadashadvaram puram kasya. Kasya etat puram. So it is a imagery. Puramiva puram. Having said this, kasya etat. For the enjoyment of whom? For whom is this meant for? Okay. Kasya ajasya janmadi vikriya rahitasya atmanaha Rajasthaniyasya puradharma vilakshanasya. This is how he is saying. Puradharma vilakshana means, so this sharira is put together by various elements. So puradharma vilakshana means yatat shariram samhata. Samhata idam sharir. Various things put together. But I am Atma, there is nothing like put together. There is no avayava. Right? It is Chaitanya Matram. And therefore, he is saying, Tasya Vilakshanasya, Puradharma Vilakshanasya, Asamhata Swarupaha Ayamatma. Okay. Vilakshanasya, then Avakra Chetasaha, Avakram Akutilam. See? So, Avakra means, Vakra means something which is bent upon. Okay. See, let me tell you, this Vakra, you should know. I am just reminded of an interesting Nyaya. See, Vakra. Vakra means something which is twisted. There is a famous person called Ashtavakra. So in Vedanta, people study Ashtavakra Gita. It's a high philosophy, profound philosophy. The Nyaya, which my father's teacher once told me. So this Nyaya is, this has the word Vakra. You should know this. So the Nyaya is, so the phrase is Vakranga Stadyantam. Repeat.
Vakrangam.
Vakrangaha Tadyantam.
Vakrangaha.
Tadyantam.
Tadyantam.
Tadayati means beats. Tadanam. Tadanam means beating. Okay. So Tadyantam means may they be beaten up. So this can be understood in two senses. Okay. So in my childhood, my mother, so when I sit like this, okay, with a bent back, she will come and give a hit there. Okay, she may say once or twice, but if I don't do that, she will come and give a tuck or hit at the back. So similarly, if in a class one can think of, okay, those who are sitting like that, if they don't sit erect, maybe they can be given a small tip. This could be the context in which one can understand this phrase. My father's teacher once said, so this is used in a different context, he said. So this Nyaya is used to refer to someone who has defect in himself, but not realizing that he has this defect, he keeps on looking at the defect in the others, okay, and keeps pointing his fingers towards them. Okay. So this, my father's teacher said, once somebody said, Vakranga Stadyantam. He said, the first entity that took a stick to beat others is Ushtra. Okay, Ushtra Lagudanyaya, it is called. So the camel took the stick and then started beating others. You understand? So not realizing that it has a Vakranga, so it takes and starts beating others. So it is called Ushtra Lagudanyaya. Ushtra means camel. Laguda is stick. So this Vakranga Stadyantam, this Avakra, so just reminded me of that. Okay. Many a times we don't really feel that we have this, but we keep on looking at others and keep blaming them. Ushtra Lagudanyaya. Okay, anyway, now let us come back here. The Avakram. Akutilam Aditya Prakashavad Nityameva avasthitam ekarupam chetaha vijnanam asyeti avakra chetaha. Okay, so this Atman is to be understood like that. Okay, so avakra chetaha spuramekadasadvaram ajasyavakra chetasaha. Then he says, Anusthaya na sochati vimuktascha vimuchyate. So, Anusthaya na sochati. So, I will not cover the entire thing. So, basically, he is trying to say, Anusthaya here to be understood as Dhyatva. Okay. Anushtanam normally means performing something. Sandhyayaha anushtanam. Okay. So here this is a certain anusthana in the sense of disciplining oneself. Any anusthana can be done only if we have a certain discipline. Otherwise it cannot be done. So similarly, this anusthana here is a certain disciplined way of thinking about the nature of Atman. Okay. If one were able to do, that is why he is saying Dhyatva. Okay. Dhyatva, what is the outcome of this Dhyanam? What is the result of this Dhyana? This Dhyana is Anusthaya. Further he says Nasochati. Nasochati means he does not worry anymore. He does not have any kind of sorrow anymore. Because this Atman is understood to be Nitya Chaitanya Swarupa. So any kind of thing that happens only for the Sharira. So this kind of understanding emerges through Dhyanam. And therefore he says, and what is the Dhyana? I am Atma Chidananda Rupaha. Anything that happens for Sharira. So this notion, so this Dhyanam helps. Nasochati, and thereby vimuktaha. What else is mukti? In fact, Bhagavad Gita starts with this statement, right? Ashocyan anvashochastvam. Okay. Ashocyan anvashochastvam. So something happened. So what? So this kind of understanding is what is being stated here as the cause for Shokarahityam. And Shokarahityam is essentially Mukti. And Vimuktaha Vimuchyate. What does it mean? Purvameva Vastutaha Ayam Vimuktaha Vimuchyate. Here means once and for all he gets freed from the cycles of birth and death. That is the second meaning of Vimuchyate. So, Atra, even in this Sharira, I am Jivan Mukto Bhutva Sarvadikattaya Vimuchyate. That is how we have to understand the mantra. Now, let us go to the interpretation of Ramaraja here. Okay. So, Ramaraja has a very interesting Vyakhyana in this So which is what I wanted to share with you today. Okay. So let us read the later half of the verse. Etasyasti paratmanah kilapuram ekadashadvarakam nityajnana sukhatmano managha dhyatva. In fact, he uses the word dhyatva itself. Anushtaya means dhyatva. Katham dhyatva? By repeatedly thinking that this is your Atman. Okay. Sharirendriya vilakshana. See, dhyatva abhayo muchyate. Dhyatva abhayaha muchyate. So now let me go to the commentary, which is the second para below. The first para I think we did in the last class, right? We didn't do? Vyakhyana we didn't do. Then we will do it very quickly. So Shuddhe, there is nothing much. See, so Yathodakam Shuddhe Shuddham Asiktam Tadageva Bhavati Evam Muner Vijanataha Atma Bhavati Gautama. So that is how the mantra there was. Okay. So here say Shuddhe Jalam Vinihitam Shuddham Yatha Shuddham Eva Jayate Evameva Brahmai Brahmatmaikyavit Brahmayeva Bhavati. So we even quoted this Narayaniam verse, right? I remember the last class. So once this Atma is understood to be of this form, he is Nitya Shuddha. Okay? So Shuddhe Yatha Shuddham Jalam Gihitam. So that is merges with that Shuddha Jala. And that is also Shuddha. Similarly here, Brahmatmaikyavit Brahmayeva Bhavati Ityatra Nissamshayam Samshayo Nasti. There is no doubt about it. Ghata Bhangad Ghata Akasho Mahakashaiva Linga Bhangad Jivo Brahmayeva Bhavati Bhavaha. So we have been seeing this example many times. So Ghata, there is a certain Akasha created, and in this Akasha, so can keep certain things, and once this Ghata is broken, that Akasha merges with the Mahakasha. This is something which will be very, very easy if we think of. Suddenly some structure will come. They will create 120 rooms in that. Okay, suppose it has been built in an area where you are not supposed to build, okay, and you don't break the officer, something will come and then the whole building will be crumbled, okay, all the 120 rooms gone, right? So Akasha, it merges with the individual spaces have all evaporated. Similarly, he is saying the Sharira is like that. Now the next para, Nanu Dehendriyadi Sanghataha eva Jivaha Natu Tatonyaha. The question is, what is this Jiva that you are talking about? Dehendriyadi Sanghataha Jivaha. Sanghataha is basically the assemblage, okay, the ensemble, you can use the word. So that is what is Jiva. Dehendriyadi Sanghataha eva Jivaha Natu Tatonyaha Kathantasya Brahma Vedaha Ityataha Aha. So how are you saying that this is same as Brahman? That Brahman is described to be Nitya Shuddha Buddha. This Dehendriyadi Sanghata is simply a Malasharira. How is that? So if you conceive of this Purusha as Dehendriya Sanghata, then certainly one cannot identify it with Brahman. So the question is there something different or not? So therefore he is saying, Katham tasya Brahma Vedaha Ityataha Aha Natu Dehendriyadi Sanghato Jivaha Kim Punaha Jivaha. What else is it? So he says, Nityajnana Sukhatmanaha. So Nityajnana Sukhatmanaha. The Sukhatmatvam is experienced during Sushupti. Sukhatmatvam. So Nityajnana Sukhatmanaha etasya Paramatmanaha. So Pratichaha. So this Pratichaha, so we have repeatedly seen this word. So Pratyak Anchati Pratichaha. Okay, Paramatmanaha means you should not think someone sitting in Vaikuntha. Therefore he is saying Pratichaha Ekadashadvarakam. So now comes the difference between Bhagavad Pada's interpretation and Ramaraya's interpretation. See, he says Dashendriyani Manascha Ekadashadvarani. So Bhagavad Pada said Shirishanyani Saptadvarani. Then, so he said, so Nabhihi, 2 more, and then Randharam in the Kapala. Here he says Dashendriyani, completely different meaning. Okay, so he says 10 Indriyas, then Manaha. Now, how will you fit the word Dwara to this? Dwara normally means an entry point, right? So we take it as hole generally. Chidram is the word which we use for hole. Dwaram is something which allows the entry of something. So the entry and exit, wherever it happens. So we use the word Dwaram. He is saying Ekadashadvarakam means Ekadashadvarani vidyante yasmin. In order to fit this interpretation of Dashendriyani Manascha, Ramaraya says there is a typo here. It should not be Upalabdha Sadhanani, it should be Upalabdhi Sadhanani. Upalabdhihi means Jnanam. So Upalabdhi Sadhanani, it is how it has to be understood. Okay. So Upalabdhi Sadhanani Yasya Tat. So now you can understand Upalabdhi Sadhanani means the tools for gaining jnana, right? Upalabdhihi jnanam. Upalabdhi sadhanam means a tool for acquiring jnana. Tool for acquiring jnana would be very easy for us to fit to jnanendriya, and you can also take it to manas. But then, how would you take it to karmendriya? When you say karmendriyani, so the very adjective to indriyani means that it is engaged in a physical activity, not in a mental activity. So jnanendriyani is mental activity, therefore it refers to the pancha jnanendra, so in the senses. Okay. So here, how do we take it? So we have to understand it a little more carefully. So I was just thinking about it. The word indriya has to be first understood for this purpose. Okay. For this, I am going to take you to our Panini. Okay. Panini has a very interesting sutra. Okay. Panini has a very interesting sutra. Sutra is little longer. He basically presents to us through this sutra the senses in which the word indriya has been employed. I'll tell you the sutra, you repeat, then we will see the meaning of it. Indriyam.
Indriyam. Indriyam.
Indralingam Indradrishtam.
Indralinga.
Indralingam Indradrishtam.
Indralinga.
Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indrasrishtam Indrajushtam. Srishtam Indrajushtam. Indrasrishtam Indrajushtam. Indradattamiti va.
Indradattamiti va.
Indradattamiti va. As you can see, there are 5 different senses in which it can be employed. I will repeat once more. Indriyam Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indriyam Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indriyam Indralingam Indradrishtam. Indrasrishtam Indrajushtam.
Indrasrishtam Indrajushtam.
Indrasrishtam Indrajushtam. Indradattamiti va.
Indradattamiti va.
Very good. Indradattamiti va. So this is how the sutra goes. So this Indriya can be understood in 5 different ways. Once we understand this, we will be able to appreciate why Ramaraya interpreted it this way. The first thing is Indralingam. Indralingam. So here the word Indra is to be understood as Atman. So there is there in the Upanishad itself. So Indra means Atma. Okay? So Indra Lingam, Linga is something which is used to indicate something. You remember? In Nyaya Shastra, Dhuma is described as Linga. Linga for Agni, right? It is an indicator. It forms a certain evidence through which you can conclude the existence of something else, right? So similarly, here, if you just take Indra Lingam means, so Indrasya Vishaye Lingam. Okay? So Indrasya Lingam, Indra Lingam. Now when you describe Dhuma as a Linga, Kasya Lingam? Agner Lingam. Agni Lingam, right? So similarly, Indralingam. So Indralingam, now if you just take this meaning, so whether it is Karmendriya or Jnanendriya, you will be able to infer Atman through this. So if the hand functions, okay, if any of the motor organs function, it implies there is a certain Chaitanya inside. Otherwise it is a Shava Sharira, right? So the Shava Sharira is able to execute any kind of act. Okay? So Indrasya Astitve Lingam, Indra Lingam. So Indra should be understood as Atman. And Indra Lingam, once you say, so either of the set of 5 can be taken as Indra Lingam. Okay? So here, this Indralingam, so here he is saying, Manascha ekadashadvarani upalabdhi sadhanani yasya. Yasya upalabdhi sadhanani means any of these indriyas functioning. So indirectly tell us the existence of this Chaitanya here. Okay? So therefore, upalabdhi sadhanani yasya tat tathoktam. Let me explain the other meanings also in this context. So we had, see, Indralingam is the first meaning. Second meaning is Indradrishtam. Right? Indradrishtam. So how will we understand this? Very good. Indriyena drishtam, Indradrishtam. Indrena drishtam. Indrena drishtam, Indradrishtam. Not Indriyena drishtam. Atmana drishtam. See? So nahi drashtur drishter viparilopo vidyate avinashitvad. This is how the Shruti tells, right? So Indra Drishtam. Indra Drishtam. Indrena Drishtam, Indra Drishtam. So unless this Chaitanya is there, so none of these sense organs will be active and will be able to see anything. Okay, it is this Chaitanya which perceives. Okay, so this is what is meant by Indra Drishtam. Now we have the third thing, Indra Srishtam. So this Indra Srishtam, we should take it little more carefully. So we are referring to these organs now. We find many people having normal functioning of these organs, right? We also find people with abnormal functions of these organs, or it could be malfunctioning, it could not be functioning. Both are there. We find that. So here, why is it functioning? And at some time, this will fail to function also. This is also we find. So motor organ failure, he is not able to lift the hand, he is not able to see, he is having double sight, various things are happening. Now, how is it created? So here, it is created based upon your own karmas. Yatha tvaya karma acharitam tadanurupam srishtam. Indra srishtam means, so katham srishtam means, asya karmanaha phalam yatha bhavitavyam tatha srishtam. Okay, so this is how one has to understand the word Indra srishtam. In fact, if they are functioning well, it is a great blessing. What more do we need? Indra Srishtam. Then we have Indra Jushtam. What is Jushtam? Jusha Sevani. Okay. So Indra Jushtam means, so Jushtam, so Indrena Jushtam. Here, Sevane means karmani sthapitam. So, this Indrena, Atmana, so these things, Kene shitam patati preshitam manaha, Kena pranah prathamah praiti yuktaha, Kene shitam vachamimam vadanti. So it is this entity which is engaging them, and therefore Indra Jushtam. Jushtam means karmani sthapitam. That is how we have to understand. Finally, we have Indra Dattam. See, Indra Dattam. Okay. See. Indra Dattam. Kimartham Dattam? For acquiring jnana. Understand? So for studying Vedanta and enjoying Vedanta Muktavadi. So it is what it is. Indra Dattam, Atmana Dattam. Without this sense organ, nothing will happen. Okay. So Anubhoktum Dattam. So this is how the word Indriya has been used by people, and therefore Panini uses this, introduces this sutra to explain the various connotations of the word Indriya. Okay. Now, with this, we will be able to understand this statement. Okay, Dashendriyani manascha ekadashadvarani. See, dvarani means these are the tools, these are the instruments that we are blessed with. So through which you can make the inference of Atman. Okay. So upalabdhi sadhanani yasya tat. Upalabdhi sadhanani means yasya atmanaha sattve upalabdhi sadhanani. Upalabdhi means एतदतिरिक्तः आत्मा कश्चन अस्तीति उपलब्धिः. The jnanam of the existence of Atman besides this. So tasya upalabdhau sadhanani. Okay? Without that Chaitanya, none of them will function. Tathoktam puram shariram asti kila. Okay? So there is a pura like this. He says, Pattanamiva nanadvarakam swaminaha. So this is very interesting usage. Pattanam. What is Pattanam? Pattanam actually means big city. Okay? Pattanam means Mahanagari. That is what is called Pattanam. Okay? In fact, in Tamil language, we use the word Pattanam. It comes from Pattanam. Chennapattanam. Nagapattanam. So Pattanam is the word in Sanskrit. Okay? So a place where it can even be conceived as a capital. Pattanam. Okay? Pattanamiva nanadvarakam swaminaha. See, swaminaha here always one has to understand as a Raja, as a king. So there will be a palace. So nanadvarakam means there will be entrance. So in various corners. Okay. So of the outside compound. Pattanamiva nanadvarakam swaminaha. Then he says, Kiletyanena mayamayatvam purasyadyotyate. So there is a mistake in the punctuation mark. You have to correct this. This is a difficult thing. Okay. So therefore there is a possibility of committing mistake, and that's how it has happened. So you have to understand it. See, you remove this danda and then put it after cha. Okay. Kiletyanena mayamayatvam purasyadyotyate dehajiva sambandhasya cha. That is where you have to put the danda. So this correction is important correction for us to understand the text properly. Then after that, once again, ayamarthaha. There you have to remove the danda and then put a hyphen. Okay, you have to rotate it 90 degrees. Ayamarthaha. Ayamarthaha means this is what the sense is. So what does it mean? You see, Kila is the phrase that he is using. Where is he using? Etasyasti paratmanah kilapuram. So Kila is used in the sense of indeed sometimes. These abhyayas have various meanings. So here he is saying this Kila. So he is used to indicate mayamayatvam purasyadyotyate. Okay. Etat kila. This is something which is evident. So there also we use this phrase. Okay. So kila is used to refer to something which is atyanta prasiddha. Kila is used to refer to something in an affirmative manner. Okay. So kila here is saying anena mayamayatvam dyotyate. Dyotyate means it is somewhat indicated. Okay. So indirectly indicated. Kasya mayamayatvam dyotyate. You see, purasya mayamayatvam dyotyate. So purasya mayamayatvam dyotyate. See, you have to understand this. How, see, in the previous quarter, you found the description of Atman as, see, here he is saying, Nitya, not later sentence, Nitya Jnana Sukhatmanaha. That is what he says, right? Nitya Jnana Sukhatmanaha Yetasya Paramatmanaha. Okay? So, Nitya Jnana Sukhatmanaha. So, Nitya Swarupa How can you associate pura with this? Okay. So kila here is indicates this is how it is understood. Prasiddhi is like this. Okay. Etasya. So here kiletyanena mayamayatvam purasya. Not only that, dehajiva sambandhasya cha. Understand? See. So mayamayatvam is something which is evident. We are not denying it. But it is not something which is permanent or real. Okay. So in the wake of knowledge, whatever goes off is what you call as Maya. Now you see, Dehajiva sambandhasya cha mayamayatvam jyotyate. Now you see, there is a Sharira which is a Nashvara, Anitya. And with the Anitya, there is a Sambandha, Kasya Jivasya. So the Jiva is not Anishvara, is not a Nashvara. Okay. Dehapetam vava kiledam riyate najivo. Jiva apetam vava kiledam riyate najivo riyate. You know, Shruti goes. What does Shruti say? Jiva apetam vava kila idam riyate. Idam means this puram. See. So jiva apetam vava. So kila idam riyate. Najivo mriyate. And therefore, this deha jiva sambandha, whatever is there, so this is only maya, means kalpita. Okay? Kalpita sambandha, and this is a nashvara sambandha. So kiletyanena mayamayatvam purasya jyotyate deha jiva sambandhasya cha. Okay? So this is something which we have to understand. But when did this happen? How long has it been happening? So for that we have to take this as a fundamental tenet of Advaita Vedanta. So which says, see, so this Jiva is Anadi. So Jiva is Anadi, Isha is Anadi. So the Sambandha Avidya. So all these, there are Shadasmakam Anadayaha is what we will see. So the next one is an interesting Anumana. I think I should stop here and we will take up this Anumana in the next class. So this is a kind of Anumana, Ayamarthaha. He starts. So this is what is the import. Ayamarthaha means, so this is what is implied. I think we will take it up in the next class. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabhirjam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarve Sukhinas Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om